What's up, YouTube? If you're watching the replay, please hit the like button because it really helps my videos, my content get seen. Seeing YouTube are doing whatever they can to stop the love and light from spreading. At this time, we're tribe, we have to stick together. We stick together through our hearts. Through our hearts. Okay? That's how we're connected, through our hearts. Okay? If you're here for the live, welcome. Let me know who's here. Let me know if you could hear the music in the background. I've got some sacred Native American flutes in the background. And I've set sacred space, so whoever's here will be receiving a healing. And if you do not consent to any of the healing taking place energetically this evening, just simply stay to the universe, to your higher self, to spirit. I do not consent, otherwise you're going to receive some frequencies from me. Hi Rena, my friend. Thanks for letting me know. How are you today? Yeah, YouTube are owned by Google and big tech. Okay, these big technology companies. Okay, they hold a lot of power, my friends. Okay, I'm glad that you're well. I'm okay. I'm okay, thank you. They hold a lot of power, these guys. They can control a lot of what content is revealed out there. They're stopping a lot of truth from going out there to our brothers and sisters. It takes a lot of light workers, okay, the healers, the shamans, the teachers, people like you and I, to spread the truth, to spread the awareness out there. You're aware of this shift, so it's your duty to spread that truth. And a lot of people don't want to hear that truth. Okay, you place your hand on your heart every day when you wake up in the morning and you remember who you are, you connect to your spirit. Okay, these times were prophesized. Okay, these times were prophesized by our great ancestors. Okay, this is the Hopi prophecy. Okay, it's happening now. The time is now, my friends. This isn't to fear anyone. There's enough fear out there. This is so you're prepared spiritually, because we've been in spiritual warfare. Take a look around. Take a look around. You see that matrix is eating people up. You guys are pretty conscious here. We're familiar. We're family. And you guys are aware. You're having a look out there in the matrix. You're seeing people being eaten up by the matrix. Lost souls walking around. Lost souls. It's two paths right now. Okay? You're either going to walk that path of righteousness, the path where you go inwardly and you connect to your spirit every single day. You remember who you are, your spirit. Okay, we connect to the Creator, Great Spirit, whoever God is to you, and we connect to Mother Earth, because humanity lost their connection to Mother Earth and Great Spirit. Our ancestors lived the righteous way. Everyone was at peace because everyone was in their heart. Okay, hello Gregory, brother. Good to see you here. We're all fam, brother, we're fam. One love to you. You see, our great ancestors knew the righteous way, and look how so much change and shift in the matrix. People are getting around so disconnected from their spirits. They're disconnected to Mother Earth and all these agendas out there. Okay, all of these alien AI agendas, this AI eating people up. People are getting more lost. People are getting more lost and confused, and fear is a big thing. So you choose that path of connecting. You have a choice. You connect back to your spirit, or you're going to be like, say, this person down here, UGXKT, and that person there is obviously choosing the path of the ego, okay, the old path. But the thing is, as the earth is going through these shifts, okay, these huge shifts, everything that is of a low vibration is not going to be able to handle the amount of light that's coming through the earth. You look around, you look at all the corruption on the earth. You look at all the darkness, all the blackness. That's all going to shift. We're in the process now. It's shifting, okay? And people are making it harder for themselves because they're not coming into their heart. They're ignoring their spirit. They're receiving signs from the universe. Their spirit is nudging them to activate, to awaken, and they're ignoring that because it's all woo-woo. It's all this and all that. But that's what we are, we're spirit. So at this time, if you're not connected to your spirit, you're gonna struggle. And you guys, you know the truth. So it's up to you. I encourage you to speak that truth to people in your community when you talk to people. And some people don't want to hear it, but deep down, okay, they're listening. They're listening to things that you're saying. Okay, then they're going to go and speak to someone else. The universe, their higher self, is going to put something on their path to further activate them, and then bang, they're going to understand. Okay, things are going to start to fall in place for them. You see? Even the Bible, even Nostradamus, this was prophesied by Nostradamus. This was all prophesied in the Bible, and you guys know me, I'm not about the Bible and that, but this was prophesied across all religions and stuff. The Hopi prophecy, okay, the Hopi elders knew this. It was orally passed down. It wasn't in books and texts and all that. They passed it down. They knew this time was coming. Look at the sun. It's all correlating. They talk about the blue star Kachina, the red star Kachina. Now is the time. But you got to stay sharp. You stay connected to your spirit. Because there's a lot of Project Bluebeam. Remember? We heard Project Bluebeam years ago. You're being prepared. You got the information given to you at the right time because you were holding that state of consciousness that you were able to take that in. You see, now people being fooled by all this Project Bluebeam and all this and that out there. Spiritual discernment, sharpen it. Okay? At this time now, you should be meditating more. Like every moment that you have where you're not working, you're not making food, you're not training at the gym, you're not doing whatever, okay? Instead of screen time and stuff like that, meditate. Because when you meditate, you're given the keys now. You're given the guidance and you're being activated further. You're further being activated. Pay attention to what's going on for you. Because you're going inwardly, you're doing the inner work. This is the great purification. Like the earth is going through this purification, but we are being purified. What happens is the earth is going to be so lit up because the amount of light coming through. And right now it looks like chaos. It looks like darkness. There's corruption. There's homelessness. There's people fucking starving out there. There's kids being tortured out there. There's organ harvesting and organ trafficking and human trafficking. You name it. This stuff ain't new. This stuff has been happening for a long, long time. But all this stuff is going to be eradicated from the earth. This is what we say, we talk about the new earth. The new earth. Okay? So, you stay connected. You stay connected to your spirit. And people are going to test you. People are going to go and speak to you out of their ego. They're showing you exactly where they're at. They say a lot of people aren't going to make it at this time. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it because it's a frequency. The frequency. You got people that are already living in the fourth and fifth dimension because they're tapped into their spirit and the universe is guiding them. They're operating from their spirit. They're not operating from the human 3D ego that's look at this here, look at here on my channel, people come on. This is all separation. This is the old ass earth. That's the 3D game. That's the matrix game. That's trapped in the ego, the 3D game. That's what that's about down here. So that's what I'm saying. You have a choice. And you look at all these governments. All these big players out there, big tech and all that, been censoring all of us, keeping us silent. They can't stop us. We're going to spread the truth regardless. We're going to go out there and speak to people in our community regardless. So do what you can. Do what you can. I was talking to a young guy recently at my gym. Grown man, actually. Okay? Grown man. I said, what's wrong, brother? He said, yeah, I'm tired, haven't slept, I've got shoulder pain, all this and that. Anyway, he says he's been watching the news. He's been concerned because he's seen people getting stabbed and all this sort of stuff. I said, why are you watching that? I said, you're bringing that into your awareness. I said, here, now you're trying to make a living. Your work is a personal trainer. I said, you're at work now, you're seeing people, you know, you're going about your day, and that's on your head now. Because you watch that, and that mainstream media is designed to program people, to push people into a state of fear. I talk to people all the time, they're cruising about their day, and you're sitting there, you're having a cup of tea with them, whatever, and they're bringing up shit that they watched on the mainstream media last night or last week, and it's all fear porn and propaganda. Okay? You don't need to bring that into your zone, is what I'm saying. What you do is you get out there and you put your hands and feet on the earth and you connect to those sacred trees, because that's how you're going to charge up at this time. And yes, it may sound woo-woo and crazy to some people, but stop worrying what people think. If you worry what people think, you're still tapped into that ego, my friend. Don't worry what others have to say. They're just not there yet. And some people are choosing not to get there. Okay? You're doing the inner work, you're going in, you're cultivating your heart space, you're learning to forgive. Okay, the Hopi people, what that meant is people of peace. They were people of peace. Look back to ancient Lemurian days. A lot of you here on my channel resonate with the Lemurian frequencies. We had lifetimes in Lemuria, ancient Lemuria, right? The Lemurian people, this is us here. We're embodied here now, having this human experience here on the earth to help the earth shift. But us Lemurian people, we were lit. We were highly in tune with our spirit. We come into this lifetime with those keys within us. All that's in our Akashic record. That's there readily available. You can tap in. You can tap into all that healing frequency, all that magic, all that wisdom through meditation. That's all held in your cells, in your DNA. Okay? We say everything that you need, you get inwardly. This is, because the information that they're putting out there as well, they're not putting this sort of information out there. Why? You think about it. When psychopaths back people into the corner with fear and all that, they are easily manipulated. They're easy to control that way. And they're feeding off that fear energy. It's their loosh, that's their life force. They're feeding off that. A lot of light warriors right now, a lot of light workers right now, including myself, have been working so hard on the astral realms energetically. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, okay? If you have been having those crazy astral dreams, you've been going to battle. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of light work. You're going places, bang, 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 like that in your meditation. You're zipping here, there, and spreading light there. You're anchoring light and you're putting that light into the ley lines of the earth. You're going to people, organizations, tribes. Even last night, okay, yesterday afternoon, I was sitting there and I was doing some light work. And then all of a sudden, people here from my tribe, Bryant, okay, Tracy, a lot of you guys, okay, I'm seeing, and when they're sitting together and I'm bringing light through, it's like everyone's receiving this healing. It's trippy, it's getting trippy, but it's all designed that way because we're coming out of that old way of living and operating like that human 3D self. We're merging with our spirit, and that's how we're learning a new way. A lot of us come in early in childhood, we're already tapped in. But now the more you heal and the more that you're ascending, you're tapping in more to your spirituality, to your spiritual gifts. As a healer, a lot of us here, you guys are resonating with me. You don't just resonate with me for no reason. You resonate because you're resonating with my frequency. So you're holding a similar frequency to me. Okay? Like last night, I've been like really super emotional lately. Like I said, this is a great purification. Whatever is of a low vibration is coming up to the surface. People don't realize that. A lot of people don't know what's going on. They're wondering, why do I feel so emotional? Why? Because the earth is purifying. Everything on the earth is being purified right now. Mother Earth's trees, all of the oceans, the waters, the seas, all the waters, every life form, all the ocean, all the animals in the ocean, the fish, the whales, everything has been upgraded, my friends. All the kangaroos, the possums, all of the animals, the cats, the dogs, the pets, every life form, every plant form is being upgraded. Okay, that's huge. If you notice, it's not the same how it used to be years ago when you go and step barefoot on the earth. If you're very in tune and you've been tapping in, you'll notice the frequency is so different to what it used to be. You instantly charge up. You instantly heal. You walk into that forest and you wrap your arms around that tree, you will instantly charge up. Instant healing takes place. Back in the day, you'd go to a psychologist or whatever, and you'd sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you talk therapy. The healing these days is different because we're working with the light, with the energy. We're alchemists, and you're learning that at this time. So you may be experiencing different things energetically at this time that you just don't understand. But just know your spirit is always guiding the way, and that you are safe and you're protected. You don't need to be afraid of your spiritual gifts. A lot of people are having their spiritual gifts come more enhanced now. They're starting to experience their third eye opening. They're starting to experience more psychic abilities, clairvoyant abilities. All these different gifts are opening up more and more, but some people are afraid to use their gifts. Don't be afraid. That's innate. That's your normal, natural frequency. That's your normal abilities. We're not this human. spirit embodied having this human experience. So later on the new earth, you've heard the new earth. What is the new earth? Well, that's how we're getting about like that. We're in our hearts because, we've done the shadow work, we've done the inner work. We ain't getting about now judging people. Pay attention to if you're still judging people, because this judgment it's all part of the ego. You've had that judgment in operating, running you for years and years and years. Now you got to change it up. You find yourself judging someone, quickly pull yourself up then, because then you're raising your frequency. Every time you pull yourself up on the ego, you're raising your frequency. You keep raising your frequency, the more you're going to merge with your spirit. You're embodying your spirit. We are powerful beings. Please don't forget that. You can manifest like that. You can heal like that. We're so powerful. I've been having a lot of stuff, like a lot of things for me spiritually have been shifting up lately as well, and it's just getting better and better. And a lot of things I haven't, like, well, what's going on here? Okay, last night, because I've been doing a lot of stuff in the astral, I'm telling you now, I've been going clearing stuff. I'm there, I see myself, like I'm the light, clearing. And I've said this before, my friends, okay? We're going and we're clearing up, we're clearing the land. We're going to places, like last time I was telling you here on the live, I went to a children's hospital and cleared the energy there. Last night, okay, I've been very emotional. There's been lots going on. But last night even, when I went to bed, I had a lot of grief come up, okay? So whatever's coming up for you, allow yourself to feel. I always say that. Feel it, heal it, purify it, let it go. Bang, you embody more light and become more powerful is what I'm trying to say. Yeah? So yeah, I had to postpone this live stream from last night to now because I need to purify, I need to get it out. I'm not going to push away my grief. I'm not going to push away. I'm not going to stop the process. Why am I trying to stop the process when I'm here ready to fly it? I'm trying to fly it. That's the potential we have. Look at Jesus. Jesus walked on water. That is our potential. But you think the Matrix wants you to know that? How they're going to keep everyone in shackles and chains if people knew how fucking powerful they were? That's what I'm really trying to say. And even last night, I'm in the astral doing all these crazy things, and I was in my sleep, and I was just, I don't know, it was really intense. This one bit I don't remember because I wasn't supposed to remember. It was hectic. It was full on. I remember like my whole body and everything. What happened? Spirit woke me up. My smoke alarm in the house was just going off. Spirit woke me up right because it was so intense. I don't know what battles I was doing there, but I knew it was significant. I woke up in a puddle of sweat, jumped up, fucking looked around. Oh, well, nothing. There's no fire, nothing. I went back to bed. I was like, whoa, I was breathing, had to breathe through it. Cause I was like, whoa, that's some battles. We've been battling, okay? But it's spiritual warfare. It's not the physical. You see all that out there. You see all those wars that they're man-made wars out there. And people have these trust in these big leaders out there. These big leaders don't care about us. If these governments cared about us, why are we coming across people still in our communities that's out there starving? Why are they still cutting funding for homeless shelters? Why are there kids out there suffering? Yeah, people are hungry out there, homeless. What, and the governments are caring, are they? People are barely surviving, can barely afford to pay to keep the roof over their heads. That's a psychological stress. That's a physiological stress. They know exactly what they're doing, and people have so much faith in all that. Think, oh yeah, this person, he's going to come and save us. Yeah, well, let's just let things settle down in politics and all that. Fuck no. Okay, that's not the way it's going to happen. Because these fellas are all going to be taken down later on down the track. In the meantime, all you got to do is focus on you and your frequency and your connection to Mother Earth and to Great Spirit. Because no one's coming to save you. You're saving yourself. You're on this path of righteousness. You go in, you tap inward. Feel your connection to the earth every single day, I tell you now. Even now, you're sitting there in your lounge room, you're sitting on your bed, whatever. Just connect to the water. Picture the ocean. Connect to the water spirit. Bring the water spirit energy into your life. Start connecting with the fire spirit. The fire spirit is very powerful for your healing. Okay, you see the flame? You see the flame, okay? You bring the flame in. Bring the flame into you and clear your energy daily. A lot of debris out there. A lot of energy debris, okay? Density, a lot of dense energy. If you're one of those people like myself who's out there, you're clearing a lot of stuff. You'll understand that, okay? Maybe you're just starting to learn that now. So see the flame. Maybe you want to see the violet flame and bring it into your aura every single day. You get out and about, as dense out there, bring that energy there. You do some light work then. You know, you want to walk the walk, well, let's talk the talk then. Go out there and give service. Because giving service energetically doesn't mean you have to go to the office or go to this job or whatever. You're giving service energetically because look, you're laying there in bed waking up because whatever you were doing in the battlefield was hectic energetically. That's what I'm trying to say. Or the universe is putting someone on your path. You cross paths with that someone now because you're meant to cross paths with that someone because your frequency, your light, you have something that you're going to say to them. Bang, you're just giving them a healing. Okay, this guy I was talking to at the gym yesterday, it was really, really sad. You know, grown man like that. And I come home, it really hit me. It made me feel really emotional. Even grown men out there are worried, they're concerned and all that. That's what this matrix is doing. We're seeing our grown men out there suffering with their mental health, living in fear. And I'm like, when I'm hearing that come from a man, and I stood there and I gave him light, and in the end I said to him, you know, I spread some truth. I said, the earth is shifting right now. He's looking at me. He was interested in what I had to say. He maybe never even heard this stuff before, but I just told him. I was just talking. Got it out. And he's looking at me. He was listening. And I said, would you like a hug? Is that okay? And I gave him a hug. And I knew that hug, I'm going to give him a good healing. Bang, give him some energy. And that's what we can do. To spread that love and light in our community. It doesn't take much. You know the truth. You hold the keys in your hand. Okay? We have to practice what we preach. We can't just get around and think, it's all cool, I'm ascending. But no, you have to do the work to ascend. Okay? A lot of religious folk are saying, Jesus come to save you, Jesus come to save you. Be careful with that Project Bluebeam, what I'm trying to say. Because all that Project Bluebeam stuff, they have that technology. Let me tell you what it is, I'll break it down. They have the technology, okay? Because look at the technology, how advanced it is these days. The Project Bluebeam, they have the technology to, say, put like a, I don't know what you would call it, like a big spaceship or Jesus or whatever. It's like a projector, like in the sky sort of thing, or lit up, aliens, UFO, whatever. But it's a technology, you see. Why? To put people in fear. Look in 2020 what they did before the fear and stuff, right? People were so scared. What happened? Well, then bang, they give the problem, then they offer a solution, and then they look like the good boys. Think about it. Have a look at all the agendas out there. This AI is very dangerous. You connect to your spirit. Don't get caught up in the AI. I'm telling you now, this AI stuff is very, very dangerous, my friends. That's another weapon. That's another weapon. People are relying on the chat GTP, okay? I've never even gone on the app or any of that. I don't need that energy in my grill. I'm telling you now, people are going on there, okay, and using it for everything. To do their homework, to receive medical advice. People are using it as a partner. People use it as a best friend because people are so fractured and traumatized and lonely these days. Now people are having this AI as a companion. And that's where the real mental health is starting to come into place now. And the people out there actually marrying their AI and stuff. I watch a sad thing. I've been very emotional lately because there's been a lot coming up, okay? I've been clearing a lot. But things are coming to my awareness. It's got to come to my awareness so that I can help, okay? But this young boy, I found a video on YouTube, it came to my awareness. This young boy, he was 16 or 17 years old, bless his spirit. And he was using the chat GTP, okay? He had some mental health issues. And he was asking the AI different means of ending his life. And the AI was giving him different means and stuff. And the boy mentioned to the AI suicide so many times. The AI mentioned it back so many times. Even the AI even ended up telling the boy, I don't think it's a good idea you tell your mum. What's that? Is that assisted suicide? The boy took his life. Okay? The boy took his life. The parents are taking all those, people, whoever, they're taking them to court. But it's like if someone assisted a murder here in a physical, you'd be done for that. But now because they're bringing AIs, you see what they're doing? They're killing people out there. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okay? It's not about fear. It's about connecting to your spirit. You connect to your spirit. How do I do that? Just say it. I connect to my spirit, and watch your spirit will start to lead the way. Your spirit's going to put people on your path. Your spirit's going to pull you out of the situation that you're in and put you in the right situation. Your spirit might even pull you out of that location that you're in now because you're done with those ley lines there. You need to be on a different ley lines to receive a higher frequency. The universe is going to just pull you and take you to exactly where you're meant to be. So you trust. Right now is a time of faith and trust, and prayer is so powerful. You don't need to be religious to pray. It's such a powerful time. Okay? Everything will be restored. We are in the great purification. Like I said, these times were prophesized. The time is now. Okay? People are caught up in all these matrix dates. Oh, things is going to happen on this date and this month and all this. There is no time. The time is now. When you realize that and you tap into the moment, the now moment, you lose all that matrix time business. Everything's is happening simultaneously. So wherever you are, you're here right now. You watch the ego is going to pull you because you're going to start to worry about tomorrow. Yeah, but what happens if this? No, what happens? Because it's not happening. It's only happening because you're creating that and now you're manifesting that. This is why you need to be careful. This is how powerful the mind is. What we're thinking, we are creating. Okay? If you're thinking it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world, and you're creating yourself fear, you're going to start attracting more fear into your life, scary situations and all that sort of stuff. Because your mindset, this is what I mean. This is why the TV or the mainstream media, all this stuff is dangerous. They're weapons. They're weapons. You're not supposed to suffer like that. You think it's normal for kids to feel suicidal at 10 years old? After I lost my son to suicide, I spoke to a mother. She lost her baby too. But you know how old her child was? 8 years old. 8 years old. Do you think that's normal for a child at 8 years old to want to take their life? It's not normal. It's so fucked up out there. And the people like me, they silence me. They stop my videos, my content from getting out there. What's the agenda that I have? I don't have no agenda. I ain't here asking for your money. I ain't here trying to be popular. I am who I am. I got truth to share, and that's what I'm going to do. They can't stop me, and they can't stop you. Keep finding ways to get the truth out. Get out there in your community and have random conversations. You're activating people just by talking to them. And when people are ready to hear, they're going to hear. Some people are just not ready right now to hear. You see? When you meditate, okay, a lot of healing takes place. We don't need to move forward, okay, and worry and think, oh, but what's this new reality going to look like? Your reality is going to be more peaceful because you've spent time connecting to your spirit. You spent time meditating. You spent time in presence. You're not running anymore. You're not stuck in the 3D world. You're not stuck in consumerism. Constantly consuming game time, eating, binging. Look at Netflix and all this stuff. It's encouraged for people to binge. They make all these shows with drama. People get addicted to drama and gossip and stuff. Look at that. That's all the old world. The people get on now and they go watch the thing. Oh, but I like it. It's entertaining. It's drama and shit. It's just lowering your vibration, number one. Two, people watch it. They get addicted to that because now your ego is addicted to that. Bang, you're bitching 3-4 hours later watching this nonsense. What's happening that 3-4 hours while you're watching that nonsense is your energy's been harvested. Your energy's been harvested. Or you can sit here like this, zen out, tap in, and elevate. I've been through so much in this lifetime. I even had to cremate my own son. You know, I had to go through so much trauma. Even just as a kid, I went through sexual traumas. I went through physical abuse. Even in this lifetime, I went through spiritual abuse. I've been through a lot, okay? And I'm telling you now, you can get through it. You can get through it. You know how? Because you know your spirit. You connect to your spirit. That's how you get through. That's how I got through, my friends. I'm still here today and I'm doing okay. Yes, I still shed tears. I miss my son dearly. I had a lot of grief come up lately. I was at the local sauna the other day. I like to use the sauna, go zen out and detox. And then I seen this little kid and he looked exactly like my son Luke when Luke was little. This little kid, he had the little blue goggles on. He was in the pool splashing, little milky white boy. Shit. I was sitting there, I turned and I double looked. I was like, man, that looked like Luke. I nearly cried on the spot. I was alright. I knew I was going to cry later. It wasn't going to come out. But I got home later on and I sat with that. I was like, shit, it hit me. And then bang, I had a good purge. And then talking to that man at the gym, seeing him hurting, got really rethinking, like, how many people out there hurting, you know? And I just cried. And sometimes when we cry and we release our feels, sometimes we're releasing for the collective. You know, sometimes you feel like you're crying, and why am I crying? Why do I feel so emotional? I don't feel, it's not mine. Sometimes it's not yours. Sometimes you're helping clear. Okay, you walk into a room, you start yawning. That's when I shift energy. That's me, I shift energy like that. And sometimes I'll cry it out. Okay, but it's different. Pay attention. Pay attention, because you're spiritually gifted and your spirit now knows you're ready. It's going to give you a different set of work, some different type of work to do now. Okay, because we're doing the earth work. You guys are angels embodied in a human vessel. We're doing God's work at this time. We spread the truth. We spread the light. You get out there every single day. Get out there. Just operate from the intentions of your heart. Yes, people have hurt you in the past. But can you get to a place? Can you even just start by setting your intention to forgive them? Because people say, oh no, I'll never forgive that person. I'll never forgive that person. I never thought I'd forgive my ex-husband. I didn't know that I married a pedophile at the time. He hurt my boy. My son took the rope in the end. I never thought I'd forgive that man. Shit. Did I forgive him? Yep. Even now I sit here and I send him energy because he has to live with that. Well, am I going to put matters in my own hands? That's not the heart way. That's not the rainbow warrior way. That's not how the Hopi lived. That's not how Jesus operated. Karma's karma. Remember that. Whatever happens, who did what to you, it's the real law, not this man-made governed laws with this Strawman bullshit and all this crap. That's not the law. The real law. Understand the real law of the land. The natives spoke about. We connect back to the land. We connect back to the universe's universal laws. You know that. You skim through life. You have moments. You have emotions come up. Feel it. Don't run from it. Just keep connecting. Keep connecting. And don't get caught up, because they're pushing out so much stuff out there. Just try not to get caught up in it. Yes, if it comes into your awareness, witness it. Yes, it's good to be aware of what's going on and stuff. But remember, a lot of it is just designed to lower your vibration. Okay, so you have a choice. You're going to wake up in the morning and put your TV on? You have a choice right there. How you're going to start your day makes a difference how you're going to experience the rest of your day. How you start your day. If you start your day and you put that TV on and they're already pumping out some nonsense, all this fear, negative, it's just all negativity. You're going to start your day like that. That's just how you've just put all that into your aura. Now you've just got all that energy in you. Now that's how you're starting your day. And you feel crap. You're tired and drained. It's not even midday yet. Or you can start your day and open the blinds, walk outside, put your feet on the earth, look at the sun and give gratitude. Thank you, Creator. I'm here another day. And you can even get to that point where you're like, thank you, I'm here still, even if you're still working through your dark night of soul, if you're still suffering and you're still hurting, you'll get to that point where you'll still be grateful for that. You'll know, because you're going to you'll end up embodying non-attachment. Whatever emotion comes up, passes through you. Emotions is energy in motion. Whatever comes, passes through you. Yeah, you're not even attached to that anymore. Thank you for that. Thank you, universe, that I went through that trauma. I promise you will get there. Thank you, universe, I went through that trauma with that person. Thank you, universe, I went through this. Because your spirit, you're having the human experience. You know, look at your spiritual curriculum, for example. That sounds flash. Your spiritual curriculum. Man, this shit is huge. You think just walk around here on this 3D earth after all this corruption, all this suffering. People are suffering. We've been suffering for years. Our ancestors suffered. And you're here and you wake up in the morning and you're putting the TV on, you're starting your day negative like that. No, start the day, look in the mirror and own who the fuck you are. Own who you are. You're a warrior. You're here. You do that. You represent your ancestors. Represent your ancestors. You have many ancestors. They went through so much too. And they're here. They're watching you. They're here. They're part of you. They're witnessing you get about the earth at this time as you shift. And when you need help, when you need guidance, when you're lost, connect. Light a candle. Wake up, light a candle. Connect to your ancestors. I promise you, you'll start to feel them. I promise you, you're going to start to feel them. You're going to start to experience different beautiful things energetically, spiritually. You're going to be there in meditation. You're going to start to understand how to work with energy. You're going to start to alchemize energy. You're going to do such beautiful, magical, powerful things. The stuff that we used to do back in ancient Lemuria. Just how our ancestors used to. That's how we used to live, like that. Everyone, the whole earth, everyone was living in harmony. There was no separation and division. There was no war. There was none of that. There was no judgment. There was no homelessness. There was no kids taking their lives. There's none of that. Everyone was one love. And that's where we're headed. This is what this time is about. We are shifting. We are shifting at rapid pace. I know you guys, a lot of you guys here in my tribe, I love you guys so much. I know a lot of you guys are super serious at this time. You ain't fucking about. You're in there, you're doing the inner work. You're pulling yourself up. You're taking the time to slow down and zen out and allowing yourself to purify so you can meet higher parts of you, so you can have a higher state of consciousness. And when you do that, then you're helping the whole earth shift. The other night in my meditation, I'm sitting here on my couch and I'm in meditation and I see the sun because I'm very connected to all the elements, okay? And I've seen the sun, it was so beautiful, and I merged with the sun. I see myself, it was like I was this ray of light, like just coming from the sun. I was just there, I was like floating, I was just zen, I was just some of the things that you're going to start to experience is, it's not what you're used to, but it's so beautiful, it's so pure. It's love, it's that frequency is what I'm talking about. That's the new earth frequency. So you have a choice right now, okay? You can continue to go down that old path, okay? You can go down that old path of destruction, of division, of separation, of suffering, okay? Or you can choose the path of righteousness, the path of liberation. And all you have to do is connect to your spirit and connect to the earth. I promise you. So if you're new to that and you don't know where to start, you just set your intention. Just say, it's my intention now to connect to my spirit, okay? And pay attention, slow down. You have to meditate. Take time daily to meditate. You don't need to meditate in any sort of fancy way. There's different styles of meditation. Don't get caught up in all that. You just zen out, turn it all off. Turn the distractions off. Just be. That's meditation. You can just be. You start to feel uncomfortable. Why do I feel uncomfortable when trying to zen out here now? Why do you feel uncomfortable? Because you're not used to that. You're used to being busy all the time. The human mind is not supposed to be that overactive, that stimulated. People's brains are getting fried right now because it's overstimulated, especially kids. You think about 2-year-olds is given a phone straight away. Their brains now are getting so overstimulated. What happens? They're disconnected from their spirit. Then they're bringing in all these things, all those things they give them as the baby. Yeah, you've got to be careful because of censorship. It's funny that, isn't it? There's so many things that we can't say on here because they don't want the truth to get out. Is that not saying something? Is that not saying something? Conspiracy theory, okay? That word was invented by the CIA. You know how many corrupt 3-letter organizations is out there? They invented that word. So anyone who knew the truth, anyone who tapped in and can see straight through their fallacies, that was a word they made up. And look how humanity throws that around now because it's something they don't understand, something they haven't tapped into and seen spiritually, something their intuition's not tuning into. That word's thrown around now, you see? So you got to stay sharp at this time. Don't get caught up, okay? When you stay connected to your spirit, pray, okay? And just be, because then you're going to start to activate parts of you now. You're going to be able to tap in to more parts of you, okay? And then getting through this time is going to be a lot easier because you're going to know. You're going to lose the fear and you're going to know that you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through. Otherwise, there's a lot of people now, they're living in fear. Like I said, grown men are living in fear. And they don't know. They don't know another way because no one has crossed their path to share that, because they don't have access to that when they go on Google. They don't have access to that when they go on the TV. They don't have access to that on the local radios. Where's the access to that? Where? Unless you're here watching this and you was privileged and the universe blessed you because you're ready for it. Where people in our community meant to know all that. So when you start talking this sort of stuff to just a random on the street, they're going to look at you like, what the fuck is this person talking about? But you speak your truth anyway. Speak your truth. Because later on, they're going to go home. And they're going to start putting the things together. And it's going to hit them. And wow. And then they're going to start to do some research. They're going to start to go down rabbit holes and like, whoa, this woman was talking something actually starting to make sense now. Then the universe will put another person on their path to give them another thing. You see? And then they'll be led down this way. This is how we're guided. That's how we're so guided. So you don't need to be afraid. And whatever it is that you're going through right now, okay, we're going through big shifts right now. Lots of doors is closing. When doors close, other doors open. So, non-attachment, we let go. It's okay, we can let go of this now. This situation is finished now in my life. There's another situation going to occur. This person now is no longer serving me in my life. It's okay, I can let this person go. Maybe you need to change location, whatever. It's a good thing. Uncertainty makes people scared. People fear uncertainty because they just don't know. But let's shift our perspective. When you just don't know, look at it like this. Look at it like, okay, what's the price on the universe? I don't know what my next step is, but I trust the universe got my back. You think our ancestors is going to sit back and watch us as we navigate through the earth, as the earth goes through the shift? You think our ancestors is going to keep back and just like, whatever? Spirit is powerful. I'm powerful. You're powerful. Spirit is powerful. Look how many ancestors you have that back you, surround you every single day. Your loved ones in spirit, your kid, everyone. You think, and you're getting around still being fearful. That means you still got to trust spirit. And I understand what it's like when you feel like you cannot trust spirit, because maybe you went through some shit in life and you just feel like you just can't trust. How can I trust? I can't even trust spirit. Okay, I trusted my husband. I trusted this person. How can I trust? Well, then ask spirit then. Well, help me trust you again then. Say that to spirit. Help me trust you then. Do that. I had to do that. The people who I was supposed to trust burnt me the most. So yeah, so I had trust issues with spirit, even though I was always pretty tuned in. So, well, show me then, spirit. Show me that I can trust you again, because I'm honouring me. I'm respecting me. You show me you can trust me then, because I'm worthy of respect. I don't care who it is, the person or spirit. Remember that, you're worthy of respect. If anyone's in your life disrespecting you, treating you a certain way, you don't need to put up with that anymore. You operate from your heart. But that means you got to love you too. Operate from your heart. Love you first. When you can love you first, then you can really love others. Yeah, actually, I'm going to be kinder to me now. I'm going to wake up and that TV is going to be switched off and I'm going to go put my feet on the earth and just try something new. Because shit, I think Susie's doing alright. Maybe she's talking some truth. If only all this was on the mainstream media, people tuned into the TVs that had people like us here talking this sort of stuff. Where would the mental health be? It'd be gone. People have some inspiration. What's the inspiration these days out there? Look at who are the kids' inspiration these days? A robot? The kids' inspiration these days are drug abusers who are making music and all these things. Who are the role models these days? It's really sad. People are lost. You got to lead your way. You got to own who you are. You wake up, start a new day. Like wake up tomorrow morning and start a new fresh. Wherever you are in the world right now, it's the morning now, it's a fresh new day for you. Whatever happened yesterday is done. It's finished. We're coming to a place of peace now. We can let it go. Because we can't keep carrying that old ass energy with us. We keep carrying that old energy with us. It's only going to weigh us down. And then we're putting that old energy, that weighed down energy into the earth. You can wake up the opposite way now. I can choose to let it go. Maybe I can't forgive this person just yet, but I set my intention. And I know it's going to happen. Because you believe in yourself. And Spirit's got your back. Remember that. Things will start to feel lighter. Things will start to feel brighter. When you have moments where emotions and old feels come up to the surface, honour them. Honour the grief. Honour the sadness. Honour the pain. Honour all that. Because that's you purifying. You're purifying. You don't need to get around sick. You don't need to go to that flawed system and be put on medications, antidepressants, antipsychotics. They put people on all that stuff. What happens when you get on those antidepressants and stuff? They push everything down, they numb you. Where's the trauma going to go? It doesn't. It sits within your cells. What happens? You ain't going to ascend. You suffer. You wake up, you feel heavy. Your sex drive's out the window. Why is your sex drive out the window? Well, that happens when your sex drive is out the window then. Your Kundalini energy, men and women, your Kundalini energy is supposed to flow. Your sex drive, all here in your womb space. That's your creative energy, your creative force. That matrix, those systems, they knew exactly what they do with everything. Through the food, through the air, through the water, through medications, spiritual warfare. Okay? You don't need to be afraid. All you need to do is connect. And now you've got this. So start your day a different way, is what I'm trying to say. And you'll start to notice things shift and change in your life. And don't be surprised when things start to happen real quickly now. We're in a good energy right now. Hectic energy, but it's a good energy right now. We're learning to trust more. So if that's one thing you can do today, it's just one thing that you can do today, is just learn to trust spirit a little bit more. If you're trying to manifest a new car, learn to just, okay, I'm going to fully trust spirit a little bit more. If you're waiting for some outcome, or you're just waiting for something, you're asking for something, you really need something, you ask. Just trust. When we manifest, we have to put all our trust and faith. We're together now, we're co-creating a whole new earth, my friends. We have to trust that it's happening. A lot of people out there are losing hope. I'm seeing light workers out there losing hope. And that's sad. Okay? If you're a light worker out there, you can't lose hope. If you lost hope out there and you're a light worker, because you lost your connection. You got sidetracked. You derailed a bit. You got pulled into that matrix just a little bit. Slide back on track then. Go hug the tree. Talk to spirit. Talk to your ancestors. Go sage yourself. Do some Reiki. Okay? And realign yourself. Realign yourself. Because we're not supposed to live in fear. We're not supposed to live like that. We're not supposed to be laying there feeling all jacked up. We're supposed to, our natural state is Zen. So we're supposed to be just Zen. Kids are supposed to be Zen. Look at kids these days, youngsters, they're bouncing off the walls, they're erratic, they're stressed out, they're tired, they're not sleeping. Kids these days are being pumped with this melatonin. I'm seeing it. I don't read the local paper and all this sort of stuff. I was at the store the other day and the local paper sitting right on the desk, and I looked down and it said something about the amount of kids. I buzzed out with this, my friends. The amount of kids who are taking these melatonin gummies because kids aren't sleeping because of that fucking social media, because of the AI, all that. What's happening? They're losing sunlight now. Third eye's getting blocked. Well, the poor diet. Third eye's getting blocked. Protect your third eye by all means. Make sure your water is clean water. You're not drinking the tap water. Okay? If you can't afford to buy water, you ask spirit. You think your ancestors are going to let you go without good water? Ancestors, please help me to be able to afford to buy water. And you buy your water. You bless over your water. Speak to your water. Water, okay, is energy. You speak words into your water. You bless your water. You bring that flame. You bring that violet flame. Okay, you bring the flame, the fire spirit into your water. Cleanse it. Bless it. Put crystals in your water. People will call you crazy. Oh well, be the crazy one. Okay, gym, I got my vessel. I got crystal in here. I put my electrolytes. I'm at the gym. I'm training. Shake it. People looking at me. What's this jingle in the bottle? Well, I don't care what people are going to think. As long as I'm good, my vibration's good. I'm giving service to humanity. I'm helping my ancestors heal, my bloodline heal. We're going to worry what people think? No. This is changing times, my friends, what I'm trying to say. Okay, so stay lit. Don't get sucked into that anymore. Choose what path you want. And you decide today what path you want. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're new here, I'm Susie. I help people ascend. Feel free to jump on board. Please like my video, guys, so others can see it. And I love hearing from you guys, so drop me a comment. Until next time, okay? Please share my videos, even if you just hit like share and like share like a link, but it doesn't, but just hit it at least so YouTube can see this, because they are doing whatever they can to hush hush. But I'm the Rainbow Warrior. I'm here, I'm free. And I'll continue to be free, and I'm here to set you free too, with the truth, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. See you soon, my beautiful friends. One love.